Oh, I forgot to pull up my James Bond music. I think they can hear you. Give me a test.
1 2 1 2 test.
Test. My mic working. My mic's working. There we go. GoldenEye. Pause. Music. 1 hour. Here's my favorite one. That's not my favorite one. There we go. Sick. Love this shit. Skittles, cat named Boo. What's up, motherfuckers? Colorado native in the chat. What's up, man? Brockville, what's up, man? I see you over on Twitch. All right, I'm getting my other YouTube stream popped up. There we go. Donnie Wall, Fiasco Games, Ominous Shadows. What's up, dudes? All right, let's get some chats moved over. Watching you for years, big fan. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. What I'm talking about. Feels crazy, dude. Like, I guess I've been doing this for years now, I guess. It still feels like I kind of just got started, you know, but I've just been at this for like a decade. Crazy. It's definitely new to me still. Like, I know I've been bigger for a bigger YouTuber for a few years, 4 years, I guess now. That's a good thing, huh? Most creators don't last past 3 years. Here I am. I'm still here. Cook Mitchell, what's up, man? KIP Drippers, what's up, man? Actually, while everyone rolls in, I'm going to take a little break here and just chill on my chair because my knee hurts. I've been standing all fucking day, dude. Do I need more light? I think I need more light. Should be good. Love all your channels. Thanks. I just started a 4th one where we're doing like shorter videos, like shorter long forms. They're like a minute, 3 minutes long. Should check that one out. It's Stan Price Clips. Hi from Australia. What's up, Jamie? What time is it in Australia? Love this song. Me too. It's a vibe. This has been my go-to lately. You're gonna be in a retirement home, age 90, broadcasting on YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna be YouTube forever. Like, if I have some massive success in my life to where I'm like so incredibly wealthy, like I could kind of do whatever I want, I'll still be a YouTuber. Like I won't even care about if I get so rich from something and I don't even care about YouTubing money. I'll do it anyways. I live 30 minutes from Frisco in Texas. Reasonable force, not excessive force is okay. Can't stab over a bush unless no other option. And your life is in danger. Can't be the instigator either. Oh, you're talking about the Carmelo because that's the title. That's right. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, right, Carmelo. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about that today. Bow, bow, bow. Alexa, Activate carpet slave. There's dog hair everywhere. I can see it in the camera. Fucking Nitro's shedding, dude. He's leaving these little shit hairballs everywhere. Oh, midnight for you, or PM, so it's midday. Okay. Interesting. So you're 14 hours ahead of me. So what are you on the western side of Australia? Which side is Perth on? Is that on the eastern side? That's the only place I've been to. I went to Perth, and there was a city that you take a train like 40 minutes and you're there. I forgot where it is, but close to Perth. That's the only places I've been in Australia. All right, and I remember it was like 17 hours difference from California. What's the news today? We have a lot of stuff to talk about today. So we're going to talk about Carmelo Anthony. Oh, we should let me look something up real quick. But Carmelo Anthony got indicted. And that's a pretty hot topic, you know. There's a lot of people arrest video. There's an arrest video? Oh shit. Okay, there's no arrest video. But there's another thing I wanted to bring up. Let's move this over here. Carmelo Anthony. I just want to see the image. There we go. Yeah, he has an arrest picture. So he got his picture taken. That's what I wanted. There we go. Yeah, that's the stuff right there. That's what everyone wants to see as an arrest photo. So I guess there's no video. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Carmelo. We have a bunch of one-offs, or 5 of them. 5 different things to talk about. Let's see. We're going to talk about P. Diddy charges getting a bunch of them got dropped. We're going to look at this funny ass, super racist, to be honest, German ad from the 80s for Asian food. It's like racist, but it's also kind of funny too at the same time. Like, we're just looking at the past and how kind of brazen it is. It's very bizarre. Karen Levitt wants CNN something about the leaker. Does this need to go into the... Okay. I swear there's a video about Trump being pissed about the leaker.
Yeah, there is. There's, but that's a few days ago. This was current.
Oh, I see. Right, then there's this truck that was hanging off the edge in China. It's pretty crazy. Then we got, we're going to talk about the Liver King. He got arrested because he went after Joe Rogan. For some reason. Like, I don't know if he's gonna try and kill him or something. We're gonna find out. I have all the information here, but I haven't looked at it yet. We're gonna look at it together live. We got Alex. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. Let me switch scenes. Alex Jones claims the Liver King is being arrested for... Okay, wait. This is more of the Liver King. Let me close that. There we go. Okay, then we have this guy. There's a guy that calls Trump daddy. It was really funny. Like the head of NATO calls Trump daddy. So I wanted to cover that. We're gonna talk about the new mayor in LA or the new Democratic nominee for mayor, rather. Then we have a couple Trump streams that we're gonna look at, and yeah, and this is, I don't need that. That's where we is. That's where we is with things. Oh, we're gonna watch the stream where he gets called daddy. This is gonna be sick. Yeah, we have, I'm guessing, let's see, how long is this? This was actually kind of short. This was like 10 minutes. And then this is an hour.
But most of it's literally just intro on that.
We're probably gonna have like a 2.5, 3 hour stream if I had to guess. A lot to talk about. I'm probably gonna get into it real soon too. The basketball player, I think he's a high school student. Ooh, I got water. Thanks, man. Have you drank from it yet? Yeah? Tastes weird to you? No? Okay. Maybe, I don't know why it tastes weird, but here, try it. Tastes like chlorine-like. Chlorine-y. Just try a swig. Is it chlorine-y to you, or is it fine? Fine? Okay. Probably just my mouth. My mouth tasting weird. All right. This was not a long stream. Think your dog's pooping in the back? Yup, he just took a big shit behind me, dude. Yeah, there's a shit over there. You see it? Right there. Yeah, he took a big old shit on stream, dude. Thanks, Arrow. Bro, he did just take a big old shit, dude. He's old, so he doesn't get in trouble for it anymore. He's innocent. He's old. This is probably his last year. Oh, I'm not live on Kick. I need to activate that. I almost didn't do Kick. There we go. All right, let's activate Kick. Bam. Now you can get that. Don't shoot the messenger. Oh, you're good, bro. Thanks for letting me know. That dog shit would have just started stinking. Yeah, we would. Yeah, now I don't have to smell it. You saved me from smelling it to find out, dude. That's so fucking funny. Liver King is dumb as hell messing with Joe Rogan. Yeah, he's just dumb as hell for being Liver King. I guess not. I guess he got rich from it all, but I mean, he lied. He's a liar about everything. I don't like that. I mean, I know people lie, but I don't like it when they base getting rich off of a lie. That always pisses me off. All right. I think we pretty much have the crew that we're going to have. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with things. We're going to do Carmelo Anthony first. That's the big, that's the video we're doing, the big video for today. Hey, shit monster. In the house again. Bad dog. He's like old as fuck, dude. He's like, you can't even help it. Bad. Rub his nose in it. Bad. Spank him, and he's like, ah, and he like collapses. And he can barely stand. This dog falls over all the time. He's so old. Hey, buddy. He's just over here licking my leg. That's my boy. Yep. He probably didn't even know that he shit. It just came out. All right. Well,
always like I'm old and I can get away with it now. They don't shout at me anymore for sitting in the house.
He's not that clever. He's a very stupid dog.
Oh God.
He's not very smart, but he's very loving. So it's all good. All right, here we go. It's Stream Marker. And you can use Stream Marker to help you out with Kick or whatever. So let's do this.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony was just charged with first-degree murder. Good. I think the guy did it. He murdered this other kid over some stupid-ass dumb reason. It happens all the time. People get murdered for dumber reasons than this. It's totally possible. And he's being tried as an adult. Good. He straight up murdered this kid. That's what I think. If convicted, he'll spend the rest of his life in prison with no parole. I mean, so a lot of the evidence is already out there, right? It's pretty established. This dude stabbed this kid to death. They're just arguing the reason why. I guess I'll just have to look at the, I don't know the case. We'll see what the facts come out. I'll eat my words if I have to, but I'm pretty confident this guy's screwed. Here's a video of the announcement of the
Good afternoon.
From the DA. The DA Greg Willis. He's the guy handling this case. Let's take a look at it.
Good afternoon. Earlier this spring, our community was shaken by what happened at a school track meet in Frisco. The violent loss of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. For weeks now, my team has been presenting evidence to the grand jury, and today I summarized that evidence, and I asked the grand jury to return a first-degree murder indictment against Carmelo Anthony, which they did. With this indictment...
First degree, and tried as an adult. And this is the DA making a decision. We're trying this kid. That's wild. I honestly wasn't sure if this was going to happen. I'll show you why in a minute. I have some of that pulled up. I had my doubts that justice would be attempted to be found here, but let's listen to what else he has to say.
The case now moves formally into the court system. From this point forward, we'll continue doing our job both fully and fairly to pursue justice under the law. As for the scheduling of the trial, that will be up to the court. But when the time comes, we will be ready. Now, we know that this case has struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond. And that's understandable. When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core. But let's remember that the justice system works best when it moves with steadiness and principle. That's what we're committed to.
There we go.
That's what this case deserves. We're also mindful of Austin's family and everyone who loved him. Please keep them in your thoughts, and if you're willing, your prayers as well. Finally, let's remember that a defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
True. Yep. Innocent until proven guilty. I mean, there's always the court of public opinion. I have my opinion. But I also always wait, like, hey, let the man argue his case. Let's hear what his argument is in a court of law with discovery and everything. All the things that, the whole procedure, let's do it and give him a fair shot at defending himself. But I do think, based off of what I've heard so far, he did it personally. So here's the reason why I had my doubts that this wasn't going to happen. I just wanted to go over this. Here's a video of him. So a judge, let me see if I can find this. Here we go. This judge here, a black judge, reduced Carmelo Anthony's bail by 75%. I wouldn't say because of this. I mean, I'm not willing to commit to that, but I am willing to say that is totally possible because people do that shit all the time for whatever their race or whatever their group of people. It happens all the time. It's not like that doesn't happen. Did it happen here? It could have. That is a reason, but I'm not going to declare that just because the judge is black. It is odd that his bail was reduced by 75%. I would love to know the logic as to why. That is what's concerning, and this right here is the reason why people so she lowered it really far, and she's black, so there's a lot of people coming to a conclusion. I'm willing to wait it and hear out what that reason would be, but I mean, it's totally possible. It's because of racial issues. Okay, it's totally possible. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a thing. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some other explanation as to why his bail was reduced so extremely. After a killing. It's strange. It makes me raise an eyebrow. It makes me not, if someone is going to say it's because she's black, I'm not going to be upset with them because I'm going to be like, I mean, I see why you think that. That's totally possible. It could be that. The full arrest report. Well, I don't think I'm going to look at it. I don't think we really need that. But here's another thing that happened. So, this is just an interesting fact that kind of sets up why this is so impactful. Is that Carmelo Anthony raised $500,000 for his defense fund, which is quite a substantial amount. That's going to help him get some really good lawyers. That could be really good for him, whether he did it or not, having a good budget. But they also bought a house with that money, I believe. So I forgot all about that. Carmelo Anthony GoFundMe house. They bought a house or they rented an Airbnb or something, but they started spending the money. That's kind of whack. That's super whack. Another thing that's whack actually about this that I don't have in my notes that I'd like to show you. The father of the victim father, he was kicked out of he was escorted out of a gathering. Let me pull this up. Let me start throwing it in here, actually. So the father of the victim went to a gathering that was supporting the black kid that's accused.
Well, now to the
and he was
murder
kicked
case
out.
that has so many people.
And he was so respectful.
He's been raised in a two-parent home with structure, stability, love,
and we put God first in everything that we do.
And he claims it was self-defense. That brings us to the press conference. Jeff Metcalf was seen wearing sunglasses and talking on his phone at times while waiting for the family of Carmelo Anthony to speak. Dallas police showed up and Metcalf was asked to leave. Officers told him that he would be charged with trespassing if he did not leave. He told CBS News Texas he thought it would be an opportunity for the two families to come together in a productive way. Here's
right. Yeah. So he wasn't there to cause shit. He was trying to. It's stupid for him to go there. He really shouldn't go. But I think it's because he's trying to be a good person or something. And I don't know. His son was just murdered, and people react differently to these things. Sometimes people react in the way you wouldn't expect, and they're like nice to the people who did it. It happens. And I think that's kind of what this guy was doing. His reaction was to be nice. And, but the family is very aggressive, and they trespassed his ass. Which is very telling, and I think that's going to be brought up by the DA is going to use that. It's aggressive behavior from these people, and he was trying to be productive about this thing, you know, because they're saying that the kid's innocent, so he was like willing to hear them out on it. That's better than I would be able to do. I would not be able to. I wouldn't react that way. At least I don't think so. I mean, hopefully I never find out. But yeah, that was wild. And I also, here's some posts from the father on Facebook. Oh, let me show you that one video of them being escorted real quick. Where was that? Oh yeah, here, or not escorted, but so the bail got reduced, and then here he is basically walking free temporarily after murdering or allegedly murdering somebody.
We're up. It's
a pretty wild video. I did a short on this a while ago. Yeah, he brought a knife to school. That's a pretty big fact. I forgot about that. Yeah, of course he brought a knife to school if he stabbed somebody out of school.
At school. Explain your self-defense. How is this self-defense?
That's what they should do. They shouldn't say shit. You know, as much as I believe that, I mean, the kid brought a fucking knife to school and stabbed another kid to death over something stupid. So, you know, that was interesting. So they got a pretty cheap bail. They got $500,000, right? Things weren't looking good. And then bam, he's being charged with first-degree murder by the DA and being tried as an adult. I think they're going to, I'm pretty certain that this guy's going to be convicted of murder, first-degree murder. And he's going to go to prison for a long time and his life is over. That's what I think. I'm pretty sure this guy's done. Guilty until proven innocent, or innocent until proven guilty. I agree. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm willing to hear out what the argument is, but I do have my thoughts. I mean, I'm just looking at the facts that we have right now. This kid brought a knife to school and then he stabbed to death another kid. He's like, they're going to win. The DA is going to win this case. And it's been a bunch of time now. I think they investigated it thoroughly, and the language from the DA. Let's see if I can bring that back. Right here somewhere. Here it is. Yeah, the language from this DA right here was very clear cut that he's being charged with first degree murder. They're gonna win. Yeah. Well, but we still have to go through the process and do this right. You know. We have a system. It's not perfect, but it works. It's allowed us to have our civilization be at the point that it is now. Right? So, I mean, it's not a perfect system, but we have a system. And the system we must go through to convict this likely a murderer of murder and put him in jail. Prison. Put him in prison. He's done so. Okay, I'm pretty sure that all streamed to Kick. Are you ready to take that? I could read some comments first before I end that one. And also, Archie, I want you to, are you leaving in the videos when I talk to chat about the video?
If it's good conversation.
If it's good? Okay, good. Right on. Cool.
If I think it adds something and it's worthwhile, then defo.
His ego couldn't cash a check his mouth spent. That's an interesting phrase. Hope he gets life in prison. If he did it, which I think he did, but if it's proven in court of law that he did it, I hope he gets life for just at least a very long time. How's due process going to change what's on the video? That's a slippery slope, bro. I mean, you got to have due process. Yeah. It's not going to change anything. It's the principle of keeping due process. You don't want to just start skipping that, you know? With American citizens, dude, like, nah, dude. I mean, I think that, like, even illegals, there's a process that they have to go through to get deported, you know? Yeah, it's like, we need that process. What's up, Rage Shroud? Oh, that's a cool little emoji on your name. What is that? Oh, a hype train conductor. Look at that. That's sick. Look at that. Tin Spanky has one too. Gone bananas. That's pretty cool. I have a TwitchCon 2018 one of the early TwitchCons. If he was innocent, the video would be out everywhere. I guess, yeah, if they have a video, then I mean, it's going to be really clear in a jury. But we have to go through the process. We can't just skip it. Why do I get ads midstream? Ads are on. Yeah, I have monetization on. But skip that shit or fucking use a method to make the ads not pop up. You know? Buy fucking YouTube Premium. I have YouTube Premium. I'll never go back. I don't get ads on YouTube. I watch any video I want, never get ads. Worth it to me. But I'm also a YouTuber, so like my justification is, well, I get a YouTube check and I'll just give them $12 back or whatever I'm paying for it. He's gonna plead out. There's no way this goes full trial. You know what? I mean, I think that let's see what the DA does. You know, I mean, he murdered another person and or killed them, right? He killed another person. I don't know if he murdered them or not. You know, I'm pretty sure he did. But, you know, we still have to find out and look at all the facts and everything, do it proper. There's times when like we're going to talk about the P. Diddy thing here in a minute. New follower. Bro, P. Diddy got a lot of charges dropped. Let's segue into that, actually. Carmelo Anthony. Let me do a stream marker, and I'll just end the kick stream for you. Twitch is still good. Kick stream being ended. Temporarily. I could bring it back. Looks like I have a viewer over there. Do we have a viewer? We have 2 viewers. I'm going to end it for a sec. And then we're going to turn it back on. So just give me a minute here, guys. Because I need to get the VOD so we can edit it. All right, let's end kick. Kick is ending. Refresh. Still going. Okay, I'm just going to... Oh, it's offline now. Now we're going to turn it back on. And you should be able to download that VOD, Archie. Feel free to hang out if you want. I know it's getting late, so if you would like to just get off work or go do this and then get off work, then you're more than welcome, bro. Whatever you want to do. But I appreciate your time today. Are you muted? Archie may be muted. Oh yeah, he's doing some shit. But anyways.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hello.
Yeah, you're good.
That was awesome.
Yep. Hey, thank you for everything, Archie. I appreciate you.
All right, cool.
Good night, man.
Yeah, I'm chilling out. All right, see ya.
All right. Get him off work. ASAP. He's so patient with me. He's in England and working so it's like later there. It's 8:30 p.m. here. It is like early in the morning and he's still working for me. Great kid. Appreciate him. Not one honest DA in the country. That I disagree with. I mean, I know some. I have one. He's a friend of mine, like on Twitch. We've like Twitch friends. We've met up several times in real life. Pretty good friends. And he's a DA in Los Angeles. And he talks about his stuff all the time. And he helps people out. That's what he does. Like sometimes somebody, maybe they did something, but there's like other circumstances to consider and things like that. And he takes those things into account and is super fair, dude. I actually I wish that we had more DAs like my friend Andy. He's a YouTuber now too. I'm not sure if he wants me to shout out his stuff or not, because I think he's okay with it now because he has like a lawyer channel now. He doesn't say that he's a DA. He just says that he's a lawyer. But anyways, I'll have to ask him and make sure. I'll shout him out though if he's cool with it. All right. But he's never locked up an anarchist. I have no idea what that means. Sorry, bro. That's not making sense. Mr. Green in the chat says the system started out way better than it is now. It's easily manipulated now. I think the system has improved. I think the system was super emotional and racially charged and stuff at one point, and we've come a long way. Yeah, it's pretty brutal and it's kind of like a business in a way. It's just very bottom line oriented with all these courts are backed up. COVID set back all these courts, man. It's crazy, but hey, Orca, I see you in the chat. Thanks for the raid. Clues, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Thanks for the follow as well. Tamias in the chat. Raid Shroud hanging out. Himalayan Goat, hello. All right, let's get on to this next section, shall we? Oh, that's the daddy one. Where's the P. Diddy? Oh, it was in one-offs. P. Diddy! So, okay, this is my point, right? So, Carmelo Anthony has a lot of charges against him, and it's not looking good. All right. However, everyone was so certain about P. Diddy as well, right? Most of his, I would say the majority of all the most gnarly charges against him have now been dropped by his prosecutors. That includes kidnapping, trafficking, arson. These are really big charges that have been dropped. Why did they drop them? Because they ain't got shit. If they ain't got shit, he probably didn't do those things. Did he do some other things that are bad that he might get in trouble for? Yeah. And if they have evidence of it and they can prove it, yeah. But if there's no evidence they didn't prove it, then I'm going to say he didn't do those things. Like I would have to see proof, but there's no proof. I'm not going to say he did it. Are we back online on Kick? We are. Sick. Flying Cut Nugget in the chat. So that's, I mean, I have to admit, like, hey, you know what? I mean, I think he did some shit, dude. I don't think this is a saint by any means, okay? But if they're dropping kidnapping charges, then he probably didn't do kidnapping. Right? Okay, so with that said, if we go back to the Carmelo thing, right? And they have they have all these charges on him, okay? There could be something that changes. This, like, when it goes to court and we're doing due process, that's when we really start putting everything on the table and looking at it fairly. We can't skip that step, even though, like, you know, it pisses us off sometimes because somebody did something horrible and we have to, like, wait a long ass time, go through this process for justice. But it you know, we have to do that because sometimes some of the charges are fucking bullshit. Okay? So, not a P. Diddy fan. Actually, I do like some of his music. But you know, if these charges have been dropped and these are the most massive ones, then things are looking good for Diddy. You know, he might get charged for some other things, might even have to do some time, but he's not going to have to do time for kidnapping because he didn't do it. They dropped the charges. So that's my point, you know, about due process. Bro, how do you got two streams at once? You gyrenes make something out of nothing. Love you, buddy. So I have a vertical stream, and then I have a horizontal YouTube stream, but also that horizontal YouTube stream is also a Twitch stream and a Kick stream. Truth Seekers TV in the chat. What's up, buddy? What's up, Stan? Tuning in from CT, Central Time. Best current stream channel out. Keep up, brother. Hoorah. Superfly, do or die. Who makes the grass grow? Blood. Dropped because he had evidence on big name players. Conspiracy. you know, maybe, but I honestly just always go down to like, they're dropping the charges because he didn't fucking do those things, and they threw on a bunch of shit, and that stuff didn't stick. Now they're going with the lesser crimes. That's literally what happens with like so many cases in law. It's so like fucking copy and paste like method of doing court stuff. That's why I'm just like, well, that's obviously one of the charges that's not sticking because they don't got shit, you know, like, and also to make a point on your argument, if it's a conspiracy, then why is he still being charged for the other stuff they fucking can prove? They're dropping the stuff they can't prove because he didn't do those things. We probably did some of these other things that they have, but they're just not as gnarly. So, I mean, I'm just being fair, you know, I'm trying to be in reality. There's how we like feel about these things, you know, but it's so much less interesting to talk about it the way I talk about it, you know, because I'm just trying to talk about like what's probably real, you know, and it's not as exciting if Diddy doesn't get charged for kidnapping and trafficking and stuff. It's not as exciting. That's not as fun to talk about. It's like, he didn't do that shit. Damn. And like, that's how we think. That's how our brains work. I get it. It's like against our nature to think about it more rationally. And, you know, it's way more fun to talk about it in the more exciting way and hope for the more exciting outcomes. I understand. I'm not even going to knock anybody for that, bro. I've been there. This is a new thing I'm learning personally. I'm in my 30s and I'm just now realizing this about myself. I spent my whole life getting caught up in all that kind of shit and always and being wrong about a lot of things because it feels better to see the reality in a wrong way because it's more exciting than the less interesting, boring way. We do the same thing with our politics. We're blinded by our own side a lot of times. So like let's say there's a shooting, right? There's some mass murderer. Somebody, like there's people, they are hoping that it's somebody from their opposite political side. That's what they care about more, is that the person who did it, what their politics are, so they can use that as ammo. People do that shit all the time, you know? The righties want it to be a lefty and the lefties want it to be a righty. And just ignore reality because they really want it to be a certain way, and like they'll even declare it before anyone even knows anything. He's also a celebrity, so they blew it out of proportion. Yeah, that tends to happen. It's a big spectacle, you know. I've actually covered this video before, but I wanted to make this video for my new Stamp Price Clips channel. It is a German ad in the 80s for Chinese food. It's super racist. Sorry for the audio. We'll fix it in the video. Watch what happens when she's... Oh, his turn. Take a bite, bro. Oh my god. It's fucking... It's horrible, but I can't help but laugh.
Schmecken soll, Maggi Fix für China-Pfanne.
Yeah?
Mit Bambussprossen und der typischen Würze.
You better eat a bite too.
Nur das Fleisch.
Eat a bite.
Maggi Fix was Tolles
She didn't turn Asian?
Maggi Fix für China-Pfanne.
Mehr exotische Rezepte und viele andere stehen im neuen Maggi Fix Mini-Kochbuch Band 2. Wir vom Maggi Kochstudio schicken Sie ihn gern. Gratis natürlich.
Frankenschnitzel. Yeah, we'll just be racist to the Germans. Frankenschnitzel. City sushi. Germans are mad there's no mayo. Yeah, there's no sauerkraut. Where's the sauerkraut in the ramen, bro? We need to make some sauerkraut ramen. I bet that's never been done. Remember that scene from Inglourious Bastards? Now you take your sauerkraut licking fingers and you point out here on this, or you point out on this here map where they are, how much artillery they got. And he's like, he won't do it. So then they bash his head in, and then the next guy they bring up, he's like fucking right there, bro. Germans have humor, believe it or not. They do. I actually would never have guessed that they have humor. I feel like that's illegal in Germany. Are they? Is it like allowed? They're allowed to like laugh and stuff. That's crazy. That's crazy. Trump's B2 video is lit. Yes, it was. I did a video on that. So that's if you want to watch my reaction. I didn't say much. I mostly was lost for words, and I was just like, we get 3 more years of this, dude. 3.5. 9999. Representative Simon, DA California, or Democrat California, loses her mind after she screams, "Keep Dr. King out of your mouth," at witnesses during Oversight Committee hearing on DEI programs. Okay, I'm not sure what to make of that. We're just gonna have to watch and see. Like, it sounds bad, but maybe with context, it's not. I'm always willing to give benefit of the doubt and just start with, try not to make up my mind early and see. So let's see, and we'll go from there.
I'm a great granddaughter of someone who had a literal yoke on her neck. A literal yoke. And I will give the 4.5 minutes of my time to my people. I just got to say, hold on. I mean, we're off to a bad start already. It didn't happen to you. It happened to someone else. I don't like it when someone takes something that didn't happen to them and then they act as if they are like they're directly affected by it. And that didn't happen to you. I'm sorry that happened to her grandma. A lot of black people's grandmas had horrible things happen to them. Yeah, it was a different time. It was a terrible, terrible racist time. Yeah. But it's not a terrible racist time now. You're literally like in this position that you're in politics. You're a shining example of why this stuff is like, or you're a shining example that these things don't exist anymore. Look at she's in this position right now. You're not a victim of something that happened to someone else. We're off to a bad start. Malvern, Arkansas, from those fields. And I want to be clear that 4 out of the 5 of you. Did it really happen? Let's just assume that she's telling the truth. Even if she is telling the truth, it didn't happen to her. She's not the victim. Someone else is. She's claiming victim status from someone else's thing that happened before she was even born. She was born into a society where we don't do that shit. Just like it's no big deal. You go to fucking jail if you do that. Those things did not happen to this woman. And in fact, she's in a position of power in politics. A Democrat in LA. Last year, posted on your social media the words of Dr. King. And there are so few folks who actually have studied, who are clear on the theology of freedom of King. Very few of you have read and studied and have sat in Ebenezer Baptist Church. So I would ask you, you keep Dr. King's name out of your mouth. She practiced this. I could tell by the cadence, right? So she was building up. So she knew that she was going to say this, and she practiced it beforehand. That's why there was such a huge energy shift from the buildup to the keep Dr. King's name out of your mouth. Bro, this isn't the Oscars. All right. I'm not sure exactly what she's referring to. Like, if these people said horrible things about Martin Luther King on Facebook, then I can understand her being upset. But I don't think that's the case here. I think that there's an argument against DEI and how that's actually racist, and she is fighting for DEI. And the people, I'm just guessing here. I'm probably right, but I could be wrong. I'm assuming that her political opponents are using, or people that she's yelling at are talking about how Martin Luther King wouldn't agree with DEI because it's racist. It doesn't include everybody. It's only for people of color and minority people, right? That's DEI is designed to amplify minorities, but when you put it into practice, and it ends up actually being a racist ideology, in my opinion. The person that's best for the job should get the job. It should be merit-based system. I'm all about it, bro. I don't care. All I care about is if you're good. That's all I care about. I'm a righty. I've I've employed a trans person before as an editor and someone who helped me put these shows together. And you would never know. You would never know because they helped me put together all these righty everything. And in fact, I'm not sure if she's righty or lefty, to be honest. We never really talked about it. But I mean, I hired her because she's good as fuck, dude. She's the head of Drama Alert. I don't know if you guys heard of that, but I hired the head of Drama Alert. And Drama Alert is always accused of being transphobic and stuff, and literally the person running it is trans. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't give a fuck. All I care about is how good you are. I hired a trans person because I wanted skills. That's what I needed them. I'm trying to do some shit here, dude. I wish I could still work with that person. Excellent. It wasn't working out, unfortunately, but we're both doing really well. So I guess it all worked out in the end.
If you, like me and the many scholars who will be watching, studied King, you know that he and the mothers and the fathers of the civil rights movement and of the movement for emancipation not only would be struck by the conversations in this room, but would be shattered by the consequence of lies, of hatred, of abuse of this administration in the name of folks who worked to make this country more free. Children of Abraham, for real.
Truth Seeker says, still exists, but you can't punish us for something my ancestors did. I fought, bled, and watched men die by my side of every race in Fallujah. People like to perpetuate hate to be relevant. Facts. Straight up facts. True. Yeah, I was in the Marines. I went to Iraq. I didn't go. I went through Fallujah, and we saw how fucking destroyed it was. But I've never seen bullet holes just like everywhere. I was like, dude, am I in a movie set? This was crazy. We just punched through, and then we went to Al Anbar province and did patrols there. 2007. What year were you in, or in Fallujah? Were you in like the invasion, that period? Because that's a gnarly, if you are, that's fucking gnarly. People from my era look up to your era because that's some gnarly shit that you guys did. Everything, when I went to Iraq, everything was we had control of the whole country. We were just dealing with IEDs mostly and snipers and, various other things. Still having issues with Kick. All right, I'm going to end my Twitch stream temporarily because Archie needs to get download the stream. He's having issues with Kick. Archie, you got to figure this shit out. Now I'm mad at Archie. All right, let's end the Twitch stream. I will be back. Okay, so just hang tight. Give it like 3 or 4 minutes for the stream to end because it has like a timer to help for disconnections and stuff. So we have to wait for that to go away. Then I'll start it back up. All right. Invasion. Nice. Yeah, that's cool as fuck. No, but that's straight up facts, dude. Straight up facts. Yeah, it's in the Marines, there is no black and white. There's green. Everyone's just green. That's the way we say it in the Marines. Or there's this saying I love. It's from an Air Force general. He says, the Marines ain't racist. They treat everybody like they black. I fucking love that because it's true, dude. Like, everyone's treated like shit equally in the Marines. It doesn't matter what color your skin is, bro. Yeah. I love that. And that's the way I see the world, bro. That's it. That's the way I see the world. This, like, yeah, they got to be relevant. Got to be mad about everything all the time. I got to wait for Twitch to come back on before I can continue. So we could just keep yapping about this. But believe in my country, United Kingdom, as Anglo-Saxon Celtic Deus Volt will defend my country, UK, against France. You guys still, like, bro, you guys still hate the French. I think you guys hate them because they're better at food than you. Okay, I mean, I'm just saying. Roth, Cambodian American, First Marines through Fallujah, Sacramento. Did you guys name all the areas in Fallujah after like like states and cities and stuff like that. Because that's what we did like up north during my time when we were in Al Anbar province. Like, I don't remember them all. I just remember one. We called it Chicago area. And funnily enough, that's where most of the action was when in 2007 was in the Chicago area of Al Anbar, wherever that. I forgot, bro. I tried looking on a map. All right, Twitch is going back on. Archie, if you're good to go, let me know in the chat. But that you should have your VOD now. We're not going to be able to get away with doing that forever. We're going to have to find a solution. All right, we are back live on Twitch. We're using Twitch just to kind of collect the VOD up. All right, let's move on to the next thing. So apparently there was some leaker, and Trump's really pissed off about it. And now they're trying to find out who this is. Here's Caroline Levitt from looking for the CNN leaker. Wants them behind bars. That's pretty wild. What happened exactly?
They took bits and pieces from a leaked top secret intelligence report. And by the way, I understand the FBI is investigating who was the source of that leak because it's an illegal leak to CNN. And this is the same fake news CNN reporter who wrote the story alleging that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation, which we know is one of the greatest political hoaxes this country and the American public have ever seen. And that CNN story does not change the facts. There was a total and complete obliteration of Iran's nuclear facilities, and because of the president's strike, because of the precision of our United States military and this perfectly executed mission, Iran no longer has the capability to produce a nuclear weapon as imminently as they did prior to the strike. The American people and the world should be grateful for that, and it's disgusting that CNN and the New York Times are disparaging not just the president, but our brave men and women who helped conduct this highly successful operation.
And what kind of consequence could the leaker face?
They should go to jail. They took
Bro, Archie, my editor, is such a fucking live, dude. I swear. He's in the chat. He's saying, is it a leak or is it fake news? He's always on the side of like the other side. It's funny. Me and him butt head so much on this shit, but I love it. It's so funny. Bro, okay. I guess like either one can be true, but I'm pretty sure we fucked up those nuclear facilities. Like they're nuclear. There's like you can't just like go in there now. You know, there's gonna be like radiation and shit. They're gonna have to like do that very carefully, as methodically. It's gonna take a long time to go check it out. You can't even get in there. It's all like under rock and stuff. And that's according to what I've heard. Maybe I'm in a fucking bubble and it's not true, but they are looking for this person. So I mean, I don't know. I think CNN should stop, but they're not. I just don't. They're not honest. But this is how they make money. This is how they make money. They make money by doing this shit, bro. And they're still around. They're going to keep doing this shit. They're going to keep making money from it. They're not going to stop. Yeah, I don't think so. Bunker buster busties. Yeah, dude. Like, and we've had those things for a long time. That's not like a new technology. We've been perfecting bunker buster technology for fucking decades. Like, even when I was in the Marines, we had M777s. It's like a howitzer. Like a big artillery gun. Right? Is a barrel this big. Shoots fucking big, giant, you know, long artillery shells out of it. And we could shoot HE out of that thing all day, right? But we can also put a tip. So on our artillery, you could screw off the tip and you could put on different types of tips that do different things. One of them is a timer. So you could say, hey, don't detonate until this much time after impact. So you can calculate this speed and the likely density of what you're going to hit, and you can put a timer on how far it digs in before it explodes. Now, these are for getting into pretty, like, kind of like inside of buildings or, you know, not as like fortified bunkers. And it's just artillery. But these ones that they're using from the bombers, these things are going hypersonic speed straight down, like really far down into the ground. And these are extensively tested. Like, and we shot two, like we shot one and then one goes in the hole that the first one made. That's fucking crazy. And they did an insane amount of damage with that. Like there's no way that just did minimal damage. I did see a report that a lot of the uranium was moved beforehand. That could be true. That could be possible. And that would suck
That would suck because then, you know, we didn't like, we weren't as effective. Yeah, that shit's fucking buried. You can't put someone in prison for a leak that was fake news. You could put someone in prison for leaking confidential government material, though. If they leaked something and they weren't supposed to, yeah, you can. And they're pursuing it right now. The FBI is literally investigating them. Alexa, turn on studio lights. In other news, this shit's so crazy. This like a bridge collapsed or something. Or no, there was a landslide. A landslide caused part of a bridge in China to collapse early Tuesday. It happened around 7:40 a.m. as a truck was crossing, but the driver was rescued by emergency crews. No casualties were reported. Drone footage showed 3 unoccupied construction vehicles beneath the fallen span, all belonging to nearby villages. Let's check out this video. This guy had such a close call. Imagine this. Imagine just driving and then a landslide happens and you're just... No signal. That's how you say no signal. Careful, bro, on that edge. He seems like he's gonna be okay. It's holding. Wow. Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah, no, everyone's okay, though. Nobody got hurt in this. Oh, so the guy drove. It was already collapsed and he drove and didn't stop in time. What an idiot. I guess if you're not paying attention, you're not going to expect the road to literally just be gone in front of you. You just go. Later's Chief Stan. See ya, man. Colorado Life in the chat. What's up? Thornton here. Yeah, they got him. Okay, cool. That's a good way to get him. So get him on the top of the trailer. Go over, get him, go on top of the actual truck, and then hop on over via ladder to the trailer, and then get him to the end of the trailer and go down. There we go. Well, I'm glad he's safe. Kind of stupid. I guess it's foggy. Look at that. Okay, I mean, maybe not idiotic. Maybe, you know, we can give him a pass. Look how foggy it is. And it's just collapsed right there. That's crazy. Yeah, you can't even tell, dude. If you're just driving along, you're not going to expect road to just be missing immediately in front of you out of nowhere. That's wild. In other news, I'm sure a lot of you guys have already heard about the the guy that runs NATO calling Trump daddy. Let's see if I can find a better video here. Oh, here's Trump responding to it. Let's just watch from here. We'll watch this one. There we go.
And then daddy has to sometimes use...
Hold up, let me turn it up.
Strong language to get and then daddy has to sometimes use strong language.
Oh yeah, he says it right away.
And then daddy has to sometimes use strong language to get
use strong language.
I have a better clip of this. Hold on. I have this. This clip is ass. This is such low quality ass video. Oh, hold on. I have one that I saved. Here it is. This one's so much better. God damn it, Archie.
I mean, we may do papers on it, Marco. Maybe we're going to do papers. I don't even know if you need them. They're not going to be fighting each other. They've had it. They've had a big fight, like 2 kids in a schoolyard. You know, they fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes. Then it's easier to stop them.
And then daddy has to sometimes use strong language to
you have
get
to use
stuff.
strong language. You have to use a certain word.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's getting clipped and shipped. You can't slip once around Trump or you're getting clipped and shipped. That's it. Clipped and shipped. So what did Trump have to say in response to this? He answered a question. Oh, here we go.
Mark Rutte, the NATO chief, who is your friend, he called you daddy earlier. Do you regard your NATO allies as kind of children?
No, he likes me.
He fucking didn't say it in that, dude. I mean, she's having fun, but he didn't call him daddy. He was going along with what Trump's saying about Iran and Israel, and he's talking to him about little kids, and he's like, yeah, sometimes you have to be daddy. You know, he wasn't calling like, hey, daddy, daddy, daddy. I mean, but of course, it's still fun to ask it that way, but that's not what happened. We just watched it ourselves.
Your NATO allies as kind of children?
No, he likes me. I think he likes me. If he doesn't, I'll let you know. I'll come back and I'll hit him hard, okay? No? He did it very affectionate. Daddy, you're my daddy.
Do you regard your NATO allies, though, as kind of like children, and they're obviously listening to you and they're spending more, and you're obviously appreciative of that, but do you hope that actually they're going to be able...
Oh, no, that's just my my Roomba. It's been meticulously cleaning up all this dog hair that Nitro is shedding all over my studio. So,
to defend themselves, defend Europe on their own.
I think they need help a little bit at the beginning, and I think they'll be able to. And I think they're going to remember this day. And this was a big day for NATO. You know, this was a very big day. They took it. One of the gentlemen said, you know what? We've been trying to raise money raise the rate for 30 years, he said, 20 years, from almost the beginning. And he's been there for a long time. He said, until you came along, it never happened. What you did is amazing. It's been sort of an amazing day.
Roomba just woke up my dog. Dog's just laying there. Roomba just starts bumping into his feet. It's like, boop, poop. And he wakes up and he's like, what the fuck, dude? And now he just laid back down. He doesn't give a shit. He's so not bothered by the Roomba. I was worried that these dogs would destroy this thing. I was worried about that.
Do you regard
hard, okay? No? He did it very affectionate. Daddy, you're my daddy.
Do you regard your NATO allies, though, as kind of like children?
And end video. Moving on to the next one. Let's read some chat before I move on. Mr. Green! I'm telling my daughter Trump is her great grandpa already. Nice. There you go. The picture's taken above this bridge. Oh, I missed it. I didn't have it ready. Fucking yell at Archie. Archie, what the fuck? Why didn't you stand the overhead pictures? Is this this guy responding to it as well? I didn't call it. Oh, okay. Now he's defending himself, as he should. I didn't finish this. Here we go.
Anything, I didn't call him daddy. What I said is that sometimes in Europe, I hear sometimes countries saying, hey, Mark, will the US stay with us? And I said, that sounds a little bit like a small child asking.
Yeah, I mean, I've already argued his case for him. Like, obviously, we saw what happened. So, you know. But it's still funny. It's funny because it's, you know, a funny word. All right, let's talk about Liver King. Liver King! He got arrested for terroristic threats for an alleged planned attack on Joe Rogan. What? This guy was king of the world. He was the fucking TikTok king. The Insta king. You know? I mean, he's popular. He's on all the big podcasts and shit. He's huge and ripped. He got exposed for using steroids, and he admitted it too. But yeah, what?
Okay, real quick. P.S. What I'm hoping is that you, Joe Rogan, are thinking, I'm gonna choke that motherfucker out, lights out. I'm gonna choke him out, and I kind of hope that if you win, that's how it happens. Because like to wake up from that dream, that's a good feeling. And then anything else that you could break on me. Break it on me. I hope that you...
What's wrong with this guy's face?
You won't feel me.
He looks like he got beat up.
That's never happening, tapping. Because I have something actually to fight for. Actually, that's my family. I have a principle to fight for. That's what I'm... what if he actually does what he's saying? What if that would be interesting? That would be...
Does anybody have any information as to why Liver King is mad at fucking Joe Rogan? What is his issue with Joe Rogan? He's talking about like choking him out. Yeah, he sounds like he is like, he looks like he got beat up or he fell or something.
and then he's talking crazy, and he looks very disheveled. Like this, I've seen him before. He's not like this. I have heard that he's a very stinky person. He doesn't shower, and he fucking reeks. I have heard that.
Interesting. What do you have to fight for? You're fighting. I hope you're mad. You should.
It's not about how much you have to fight for. If you go and try and fuck with Joe Rogan, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu and has been for a long time. He worked really hard for it. He's gonna choke you the fuck out, or kick you in the face. Like he doesn't only do jiu-jitsu. He does other things as well. He can kick this man in the face. Or have you seen his rear kick? That thing's powerful. Joe Rogan can kick really hard. I bet Joe Rogan can kick this man one time. One single kick. And he's going down. He's going to be down on the ground and like seriously wishing he could recover faster than he's recovering. It's going to drop his ass. This guy stands no chance. And he's a midget. He's like 5 foot tall or something. He's super short. He might be 4 foot.
Choke me out. You know how to do that. You're trained. You're trained. You got a black.
Joe Rogan also has guns. He might even use his fucking crossbow.
Black belt. Black belt in jiu-jitsu. I hope you choke me out. And if you don't choke me out, these other limbs will be interesting. Should be very interesting. That's the PS. It's just, I already thought about my game plan. I don't have a plan. I'm not going to train. But I hope you've been training. And I'm ready whenever you're ready. If it's tomorrow, that'll be great. Let's do it as soon as possible.
This guy says he's on meth. You see it on his teeth. And the sores he scratched up on his face.
Not tomorrow.
This could be sores.
Then just whenever you're ready. Yeah. This is actually happening. And just remember on the backside, this is good. It's fun. It'll be fun. It'll be like, there's real tension, real fight, no, shame on you, bro. Shame on you. I'm going to make you pay. I am going to actually make you pay. And what you pay will be donated to Good and True. So that's how barbarians bleed.
This guy is so cryptic. He's not saying anything.
The message.
He's just, yeah, it's like, it's not very threatening. It's weird. Something's up with this guy. What is this?
Anything and everything. Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight.
Why?
Honorable. And we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us. And you don't have to hold the camera. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for.
He
I have my family to fight for. And I'll die for him, you know that. And you're a black belt.
Yeah, why make a video about it?
But you've never come across something like this. Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, I'm fighting for my family. So limb. Go.
What do you mean fighting for your family? Is there a lawsuit or something? Like, what is going on?
But then you have to contend with something else. And I weigh 177 pounds.
That's it.
An actual savage.
I'll fucking sit on this guy and he can't move.
And so at first you're like, fuck that guy. Right?
Watch your fucking mouth.
When you all of a sudden he did get your attention, which I already did before this, you're saying, I'm going to choke that motherfucker, that piece of fucking shit. I'm going to choke him out. That's what warriors do. You and Andrew Tate are good warriors. But you're actually better than that real tension we have. Comedy that you do is
he lost his mind.
We have real tension. But what I see in you...
And he does look disgusting.
Comedy's good and true.
Oh, yeah, Joe Rogan's kind of short, too. He's 5'8". He's still taller than this guy.
Points. Oh, people laugh. If we don't make fun of them at their expense, they laugh. You should all make fun of me. You should all make fun of me at my expense. Trust me. That it still works. And then you should get paid for it. And let's go. Because we're leaving. We're going to Austin. What was my very last point?
Oh my God!
Kick Joe Rogan's ass?
The real G said it. Oh, it's my speech. Justin Fitz.
Wow. The mighty have fallen. I mean, let's see what. So Alex Jones was actually the one who broke this news, believe it or not. And then, I mean, I'm not an Alex Jones hater, okay? But he does say some crazy shit, and I just wanted to see. He broke the news, so like when I first saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, it's just whatever. He's just making shit up. But then there was videos of like Liver King getting arrested and shit like that, and I'm like, Alex Jones broke this news because I saw it on Twitter earlier this morning.
All right, I've got a breaking exclusive for you that I got from our sources. The Austin Police Department, as we speak, is on their way to a hotel in downtown Austin to arrest the...
Alex Jones is looking cleaned up. Doesn't he look better? He was looking pretty bad. I think he was drinking too much or something. He looks a lot thinner and his skin looks way healthier. He seems much more well kept. He's not like sweating profusely and stuff and all greasy. He's looking pretty good. Maybe that whole like lawsuit like kind of put him in check or something, and there's positive things happening for him health wise because of it, and mental maybe.
Liver
I don't
King,
know. Hopefully,
because he's been making a lot of bizarre, cryptic threats to Joe Rogan, and that he's going to come to town and fight him. And now he's there and has posted videos that are very, very direct threats. And so I am told that he's going to be arrested for terroristic threats. And that just shows how crazy society's going. In the videos, he looks extremely deranged with dilated pupils. And so we hope the Liver King gets better. But this is what is happening in America and around the world. We need God, folks. We need God. We need to get...
Truth Seekers, you're good to talk about whatever in the chat as long as you're not breaking YouTube TOS and doing like racist shit, stupid shit, obvious things you would never do. Yeah, you're good to go, bro. I don't mind.
Back to God. So we hope everything...
He's taking care of himself, diet, gym, not drinking. That's what I need to do. I need to pull an Alex Jones, I guess.
Goes okay, and we hope that I'm told it's happening right now, so that's why we're waiting until we get the word it's already happened to upload this information. And of course, we're not telling you the locations so that people don't get in the way of the Austin Police Department, who also did a great job finding and arresting and indicting all four of the co-conspirators and charging them with capital murder.
Oh, shit!
Executed our reporter in a clearly racially motivated execution back in March. We love you, Jamie White. And we love Joe Rogan and this type of craziness.
Okay, is he going down Crazyville now? Because I'm not sure what he's talking about anymore.
For everything you hear about where Joe's being threatened, believe me, there's 10 other cases where serious stuff's happening. Same thing with Elon Musk, and obviously myself as well. So keep praying for InfoWars. All right, God bless you all. I'll be live today at 11 a.m. Central with Trump going off on Israel, saying they don't know what the...
I bet Alex loved that. That's crazy. So, okay, here he is arrested, and we have an arrest video as well. Liver King arrested for traveling to Austin, Texas after making threats against Joe Rogan on social media. Brian Johnson faces one charge of terroristic threat. Johnson was seen on all fours like a monkey in a video posted shortly before he traveled to Austin. I saw that one. Johnson said he was coming for Rogan and demanded that the two fight. According to APD, detectives contacted Mr. Rogan, who stated he had never had any interaction with Johnson and considered the post to be threatening. Wasn't he on this podcast? I swear, wasn't Liver King on the podcast? Liver King is famous for his primal diet, where he eats food including liver and testicles, but recently admitted to taking steroids. Okay, let's see his first video. What is this? Oh, it's all one video.
Yeah. And these items are for you.
I want to take that.
Or anything and everything.
That's right. One of Joe Rogan's employees was unalived. Yeah. Interesting. I forgot about that. So maybe that's why he's like more invested in this story. Yeah, and we saw this
Joe
already.
Rogan.
Well, he has like cigars and stuff in his fucking little black jacket thing. And I guess here's a better video of him getting arrested. Oh yeah, going in the car. Okay, we watched this. I can't stop looking at her ass, bro. We need to like skip ahead. Focus, Stan. Don't let the ads distract you.
No.
He was on the podcast. Okay, so I think that's the only interaction they've had, and I think that was probably a big moment for Liver King. If you go on Joe Rogan, you're going to get a lot of attention for a while until it fades away. But thanks, Stan. Oh, I see. You guys are talking to each other. Yeah, you're good to go, bro. Do your thing. Cheers for your channel, Stan. Look after yourself, Chief from UK. Thanks, John. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, wild. And here's like a longer video of it. Oh, it's somebody breaking it down. Oh, this guy. We have permission to react to this guy's video. I'll probably do this tomorrow. And he says he's dropping a longer one at some point. So I'm going to save this one. I do have permission from this guy, though. I forgot about that. All right, we'll do that tomorrow. That's what we're going to do. But yeah, interesting story with Liver King. We'll see what happens, what type of jail time he's going to get. Being charged with terroristic threats is no joke, though. That's a federal crime. They'll 302 him as well. I don't know what that means. It doesn't sound good. All right. Let's do the new mayor. You guys hear about this new mayor? Let's see if I can get a picture of this guy. Oh, no, I got it. This is a New York Times article. I guess we can kind of sneak past this little primary thing. Okay, yeah. That's all we need from that. This guy right here, he's going to be like likely going to be the new mayor of New York. His name is Zoran Mamdani. He's super lib, super left. I haven't seen a whole lot of his policies yet. What? I don't have. Where's the thing where he said? I guess it never got added to the docket. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. I mean, if it's a lefty city, so they're probably gonna elect this guy. He's saying some pretty lib stuff of what he wants to do. One of the things he said, I don't have the tweet, but he wants to defund the police, which is stupid because like that the crime's already bad in New York. They need it to not be as bad anymore. You know what I mean? But I think I'm gonna skip this story for videos because it's not really put together the way I'd like. But it does look like this guy's going to be the next mayor. All right, we're going to skip this one and go to the next thing. Oh, we have our Trump streams. Okay, let's do these. All right, let's go, dude. I'm excited. I love Trump streams. Okay, so here's the first one. It was going for a while. So the first half hour of this Trump stream is this first one of the day. It sat here idle for over 40 minutes. Yeah, almost 45 minutes. Here we go. We're going to get into it now. Well, I kind of like getting to these after they're done. It's easier to cover it, you know? Am I crazy or is there no audio? They're probably going to bring it in soon.
That hit ended
the... Okay. Have to wait for it. All right, let's just wait for it. I'll talk to chat while we wait. Trump bacon. I saw a meme like, neither one of these countries eats bacon, so I don't give a shit. I thought it was funny. Put him in a mental health facility. Yeah. Maybe. He probably needs it. Depends on how serious they're taking him or if he seems like he's mentally unwell.
Statement of the IAEA.
There we go. Let's go.
You know what he said? He said there was Iran, the way it looked.
Hold on. Wait for my robot to finish sucking all the dirt out of itself. Hurry up, Roomba! I give Nitro some love. All right, here we go.
The day before the attack and what their nuclear program looks like now. Two very different things. They are way behind where they were just 7 days ago. Now, anything in the world can be rebuilt, but now we know where it is. And if they try to rebuild it, we'll have options there as well. But all this leaker stuff, these leakers are professional stabbers. That's what they are. They go out and they read this stuff and then they tell you what it says against the law, but they characterize it for you in a way that's absolutely false. There's no way.
So I think that's where Archie's getting the fake news and it being a leak confused. So they're leaking something and then mischaracterizing what was leaked
for an agenda. So mischaracterizing it, not illegal. Leaking it, yes, illegal.
The way Iran comes to the table, somehow nothing had happened. This was complete and total obliteration. They're in bad shape. They are way behind today compared to where they were just 7 days ago because of what the president did.
Marco, can I just alert you to one other aspect? So the great thing is you took out the nuclear capability of Iran. This was crucial. You did it in a way which is extremely impressive. But the signal sends to the rest of the world that this president, when it comes to it, yes, he is a man of peace, but if necessary, he is willing to use strength. The enormous strength of the American military. So I think that signal to the rest of the world, this is far beyond Iran, is extremely important. So let me also point us to that aspect of what happened.
They went down, Iran went down to the site afterwards. They said it's so devastated, and they settled when they saw what we did to it. And frankly, if we didn't do that, they would have had a lot of ammunition to keep going. They wouldn't have settled. Somebody brought that up, and 2 Iranians went down to see it, and they called back and they said, this place is gone. So it's just fake news by CNN, which has got no ratings. It's a failed network. Anybody here from CNN, by the way? Because you're a really disgraceful network. MSNBC, I think, is actually worse. But they're all pretty bad. But yours is good, Katie, I'll tell you.
Mr. President,
You know what Marco reminded me? He did such a nice job there. It was 9 years ago I had to debate this guy. He was not easy. I think he even got better. But when you were into your little thing, I said, this is what I had to debate this guy. You think it's easy to debate? It's not easy.
How long do you think that the Iranian nuclear program has been put back by these strikes? Years or totally? So what?
I think basically decades, because I don't think they'll ever do it again. I just don't think they're going to. I think they're going to take their oil. They're going to have some missiles, and they'll have some defense. I think they've had it. I mean, they just went through hell. I think they've had it. The last thing they want to do is enrich. They've been trying to do it. By the way, it's hard to enrich.
I don't know if I believe that or not. I'm not sure. I'm not a serious believer in that one necessarily. I'm thinking that they're going to try again. That's what I think.
And you know, when you look at a site like
they're not
that,
done yet.
Very, very hard to build. Very, very hard. Very expensive. They spent trillions of dollars trying to do this thing, and they didn't come up with it. And we're actually getting along with them very well right now.
I mean, that's an important factor that I'm not considering. Maybe it's like the amount of money that they spent to get it to where it's at, and then it's all just like completely annihilated. They can't do it anymore. And like, what are they going to do? Spend more money and try again, or just focus? Maybe he's got a point.
But had we not succeeded with that hit ended the war. That hit ended the war. I don't want to use an example of Hiroshima. I don't want to use an example of Nagasaki. But that was essentially the same thing. That ended that war. This ended that with the war. If we didn't take that out, they'd be fighting right now.
Mr. President,
I agree with that.
If the Iranians do rebuild, would the United States...
If they rebuild?
Would the United States strike again? And I've also
Sure.
a question about Russia.
But I'm not going to have to worry about that. It's gone for years. Very tough to rebuild because the whole thing has collapsed. In other words, inside, it's all collapsed. Nobody
peanut butter
can
and
get in to see
raspberry
it
spread.
because it's collapsed.
Let's go.
You can't go in to see a room that has, 10 million tons of rock in it. And the tunnels are totally collapsed.
But if they rebuild?
Well, they've already looked at the tunnels. This was an unbelievable hit by genius pilots and genius people in the military, and they're not being given credit for it because we have scum that's in this group. And not only you are, you have some great reporters, but you have scum. CNN is scum. MSDNC is scum. The New York Times is scum. They're bad people. They're sick. And what they've done is they're trying to make this unbelievable victory into something less. Now, even they admit that it was hit very hard, okay? But it wasn't hit hard. It was hit brutally, and it knocked it out. The original word that I use, I guess it got us in trouble because it's a strong word. It was obliteration. And you'll see that. And it's going to come out. Israel is doing a report on it now, I understand. And I was told that they said it was total obliteration. You know, they have guys that go
Israel's full of shit a lot of the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the time.
in there after the hit. And they say it was total obliteration. And you know, I don't want it for me. I want it for the pilots. I want it for the military. They did such a good job. If you were in the Situation Room with me, with the generals and all of the people that did such a good job, and then they get demeaned by these idiots at CNN who can't get ratings. The place is dying. Nobody wants to even waste their time going on their shows. So they form with the New York Times, who's dying also. Without Trump, you wouldn't have a New York Times.
And then just changing gears to your meeting with Zelensky later today, can you give us any preview of what the two of you might be discussing?
No, well, we'll discuss the obvious. We'll discuss his difficulty. He's got a little difficulty, Zelensky. He's a nice guy. I mean, I'm going to meet him today. I don't know. I assume we're going to be discussing Ukraine.
Yes.
I mean, it seems like the most likely.
Yeah, like what do you fucking think he's going to talk about when he talks to Zelensky? They're talking about fucking Ukraine. Duh. What you want? Like, what, you want to talk about like war plans or something? What do you want? He's going to go talk to him about Ukraine and try and get it to stop the war.
Any restart talks there or anything that you might do?
Well, we're going to see. I mean, I've spoken to Putin a lot, and he...
God damn it, Roomba! What the fuck? I'm trying to stream here, bro, and make YouTube videos. Shut up, stupid Roomba.
He actually was very nice.
I did order the carpet slave to clean the carpets right when I started the stream because I saw dog hair on the ground. But you're still being loud. I'm going to yell at him anyways.
Volunteered help on, as you know, on Iran. I said, no, I don't need help on Iran. I need help on Russia. Okay, I said, do me a favor. Help us on Russia, not on Iran. But he was very nice. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk. I think progress is being made. I think great progress is being made on Gaza. I think because of this attack that we made, I think we're going to have some very good news. I was talking to Steve Witkoff, who, by the way, is terrific, and who knows more about this subject than anybody, the subject of what we were just talking about. He was on last night with
Truth Seekers TV. Appreciate you, man.
Laura, and with Sean. And boy, Susie has a great take on it. He just explains it so easily. He's really very knowledgeable. But he did tell me that Gaza is very close.
Total obliteration. They obliterated it.
Should we go? One follow-up on Iran. Both you and Secretary Rubio and Hicks have mentioned the leakers. But can you clarify, is the intelligence correct or is the intelligence wrong?
Well, the intelligence was very inconclusive. Okay. The intelligence says we don't know. It could have been very severe. That's what the intelligence says. So I guess that's correct. But I think we can take the we don't know. It was very severe. It was obliteration. And you'd think that a media outlet would say, isn't that a great thing? I mean, more importantly for the pilots, for the military, you take their guts out. You take their absolute guts out. They had a tremendous attack. It was a complete obliteration. The other team, the other group, Iran, said, let's stop this. And you know what? Israel said it too. Very smart. They fought like hell, and then they said, let's stop. And they're going to build themselves. And I really see it as sticking. I mean, we may do papers on it, Marco. Maybe we're going to do papers. I don't even know.
Is Zelensky Jewish? I have no clue. That's a funny question.
They've had a big fight, like two kids at a schoolyard. You know, they fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2.
No shit, Gaza is close. There's nothing left. There really isn't anything left. They just leveled the fucking place. I genuinely do think that's a bit overkill. You know, I mean, I agree with, like, you know, not standing up for yourself and not fucking letting, you know, like, well, the October 7th thing, you know, like, you got to respond to that. But that was a bit much. That was a very harsh response. I guess it's a lesson. Don't fuck with Israel because they will level you, dude. You know, so, I mean, I guess the message has value, but Gaza doesn't have any value now. maybe it will get rebuilt into this beautiful Trump casino stretch of land.
2-3 minutes, then it's easier to stop.
I'd go there. Bro, if they Trump the shit out of that place, we got casinos and stuff. Bro, we better get a Trump hotel there. I'd go there. I'd go to Trump Hotel in Gaza.
use strong language to
You have to
against
use
us.
strong language. Every once in a while, you have to use a certain word.
I think we have to join the others.
Yes, we're going to join some other group. Yes, thank you. Katie, one
last question. Do you believe
she's so good. That's the only reason.
Thank you, Mr. President.
She used to be very difficult, but now she's... Go ahead.
Do you believe that this strike on the Iranian nuclear program will lead to the release of the hostages in Gaza?
I think that it helped a little bit. It showed a lot of power. Yeah, I think it helped, but we're going to get...
This guy in the back, he's like, wrap it up.
Even before this, we were very close
See
to
this
making a deal
Secret
on
Service
Gaza.
guy.
I think this helped, yes. Okay, thank you, Katie.
Thank you,
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Let's go.
Before I go, you have to look in the Trump releasing UFO files. I mean, I'm waiting on that. I do believe in the UFOs now at this point. I didn't my whole life. Never believed in aliens. But ever since I've seen the Nimitz video, I've been like, okay. And then all the stuff that started coming out after that, that's when I was like, okay, maybe we do have some aliens or something. But yeah, that's all I have to say on that for right now. I don't want to get too deep into it. I'm sorry to disappoint. Bombshell, is it out? Like, I mean, I haven't seen anything on Twitter. I'll go look on Twitter. I'll search it. Let's see. Let me go. We're going to go. What is it? Trump UFO files. See what pops up. Nothing new, it looks like. I'm not saying anything new. Everything's from last year. Oh, when it comes out. I'm not sure. Let me ask Grok. When are the Trump UFO files releasing? Let's see what we got. Turn on some tunage for us. There's no official confirmed date for the release of any UFO related files by former President Donald Trump or his administration. However, based on available information, Trump has expressed intentions to declassify and release UFO related documents if reelected. Okay, his promises from before, he hasn't really talked about it, I guess. So, yeah. Christopher, he's got it right. So probably never. Probably never, dude. I don't know, like that. I feel like I'm gonna live and die, and we'll never get any UFO proof. You know, like serious, like hard evidence. But anyways, I'm actually gonna get out of here too now, guys. I appreciate you hanging out. I'm hoping the gaming streams can resume at some point, but those are still nerfed for some reason. I could throw on a gaming test stream real quick and see if it works. Let me see if I can do that. If I can, maybe I'll play some games. I have some games I want to play. Let's see here. There goes Roomba. Bump 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 beep boop bop boop beep beep boop bop bop. I just went live the other day and it didn't work. I'm just gonna leave it for right now. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. It's time for me to go. Appreciate you guys. Much love. Thank you as always. Make sure you guys join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, or those are my two. I'm also on Facebook, so Twitter, Facebook, Discord. If you guys want to hang out, if anyone wants to talk to me, I'll put my Discord. Discord's like the best place because I'm like in there all day. The other places you're more just gonna kind of be in the comments. So here's Discord for one YouTube chat and Discord for the other YouTube chat. If you guys want to join that, you can find my other socials if you want to follow me on stuff. All right, much love, guys. I'll see you next time. Very likely tomorrow.